What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. So today, didn't really announce this, but we're actually about to head out. We're heading to the Key West. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna overland this truck all the way to the Keys. Basically, it's about a 2 or 3 day trip for us, and we have everything packed up and ready to roll. We've chosen to put everything in containers, so it's nice and neat under here. Somewhat, we got the box on the back. Added this, by the way. We're at the campgrounds. It's really hard to get around with the truck being pretty much torn all the way down. So we bought bikes, and that way we can get around. But anyways, we're about to head out. We're gonna roll down to the Keys. We are making a couple stops. So the first stop, we're gonna be in Santi. Second stop, we're gonna be in Rainbow Springs, Florida. So that is where we're heading, and I'm gonna film all the cool stuff along the way. Highway 1, as you guys know, is pretty notorious, so it's gonna be awesome getting to film Highway 1 and that clear water that's down there. So I am super stoked for this. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to share this little, pre-leaving video with you here. And we're gonna hit the road, grab some coffee, of course. That's the first thing you gotta do.
Food.
Yep, and some food. We're gonna close up the shop here and head on out. So anyways, guys, this is it. We're taking this truck on a 1,200 mile journey one way. So, and then coming back is 2,400 miles. So that is officially the furthest this truck has ever gone, ever. So everything's ready though. We got AC charged up, new CV. We should be good to go. So let's hit the road. All right, guys, we're making our way through North Carolina at the moment. You see on the GPS there, we're on 26. I'll probably use Gaia maps when I get closer to actual places that I may need to use Gaia. But as of right now, it seems like the Google map system seems to do just fine for traveling on the highway. We're gonna get a little closer to Santi, and then I'll probably pick the camera back up again when we get some cool stuff. But I was gonna try to film for you guys going through the mountains, but it's a hard pull on this truck. And that's one thing I wanted to talk about real quick was the overall performance of this truck, how it does in the mountains. The ZR2 with this gear and everything, it does help out quite a lot, but it does not like real fast speeds, like 80 miles an hour or so, fully loaded. It doesn't like it very good. So we're running about 70, 65. We're probably gonna run that speed most of the way down to Florida, so people are probably gonna hate me, but we're not gonna push it. You know, we've got a lot of weight on this thing, and there's a lot of stuff in this truck, so. But I just want to kind of let you guys know where we're at and the route we're taking. Of course, we're heading to Santi, so we're going to take 26, and then I think we're going to get off on 95. I may take you guys with us when we go to Charleston later if we decide to do that. We're going to see what time we get there. We may try to do like a lot lunch and then head out to the beach. But so far, so good. Checked the oil yesterday, changed the CV axle, put a new belt on it. It should be ready to go. I mean, it's about as ready as it'll ever be, I figure. So we're gonna pick it back up here in a minute. So I'll update you guys when we get through Asheville here. All right, guys, so we have made it, and this is an awesome place. It is a campground if you're wondering, but look at the views here, guys. This is so cool. We're in like one of the best spots to be in, and we're at Santi Lakes KOA campground, and it is really secluded. So it's like our little area that we booked here. If you're coming to this, book K1. It's an incredible site. I'm gonna back the truck up and get it leveled up for tonight. As you guys can see, I mean, look how awesome this is. This is so cool. I've never seen a campground that was like this before, so I'm gonna level this thing out real quick and unfold this tent for you guys. All right, guys, so camp is set up. We're ready for the night. Of course, we'll probably settle in here. I don't think we're gonna go anywhere. If we wanna go somewhere, we've got the bikes, so we may use these guys if we wanna ride around, but it's a pretty awesome place so far. The awning should do just fine right here where I've got it. It's pretty level, so I don't think we'll have too much trouble. But that's the setup. So this is night number 1. Of course, like I said, night number 2, we're heading towards Florida. So we should be in Rainbow Springs, Florida on night number 2. Might go out here and do some swimming here in a minute because this looks so awesome out here. Take you guys down here and show you this. So we are right on the lake. This is pretty cool. I mean, just awesome right here, guys. To be camping right on the lake, that is so cool. And as you can see, we're way back here in this little tucked away spot. So this is a really neat campground. It's not really a whole lot as far as primitive stuff when you get way down here. We didn't know of any, so we chose a campsite just because we didn't know of any place to go. Usually we use Gaia if we're near the mountains, and you can pretty well find a primitive spot with Gaia, but there's not really much in this area, so we figured we'd play it safe tonight. But then we're gonna whip up some food, ride around, we're gonna explore this little campsite and see what else is around here. So there you go, guys, camp is set. So it's a full-blown hurricane. Oh my God. I had to angle the awning so it wouldn't pick it up. I've got it anchored, but oh my gosh. All right, guys. All right, guys, so the rain kind of picked up. You can hear a little bit of thunder. We just went through a crazy storm. I was gonna try to film it for you guys, but it was so insane. I literally, if you follow my Snapchat, you'll see it on there. It was crazy, like really crazy. Wind got up like 30 miles an hour. We're trying to hold this thing down. You know, we put the awning up and it looked like it was gonna be a nice afternoon. So we were like, okay, you know, we'll leave the awning up. We go for a swim. We start to hear thunder, so we come back this way. And as soon as we came back, it broke loose. Didn't have time to put the awning up, didn't have time to do anything. So I got stuck out in it. So I'm literally standing exactly where I am now, holding the thing, trying to keep the water off of it. And, well, actually just trying to hold it down is what I was trying to do. The wind was pushing me back, you know, so I'm sitting here holding this, but it was funny. I mean, we got drenched, but it was a good time. We were just laughing about it. I mean, these things happen. It's just part of it. I'm just thankful that I had an awning to stand under and stay somewhat dry, you know. It's going to be a quiet night here, so I think we're just going to settle in for the night, probably cook some good food. This should pass pretty soon. I've looked on radar and I think we'll be okay. But it's a really awesome place up here, guys. I really look forward to coming back when the rain is lifted. So we may try to come back to this campsite again during the summer when it's hopefully, you know, better weather. Unfortunately, you know, it looked like it was going to be a nice day, and it was nice for about 3 hours there, and then it broke loose. So, and here she comes back now from the showers. She was not expecting it to rain. What are you wearing?
It's beautiful out here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we should probably use the new propane for the steaks.
Probably. Just cooking up beans, potatoes, steak tonight. Nice little sunset going down. Well, kind of cloudy, but you got a little while for the sunsets. Alright guys, so we just broke camp. We're about to head out. It's getting really windy here and there's a chance of rain at noon, so we are going to try our best to get out of here. But we're heading to Rainbow Springs, so now we're heading to Florida. It's going to be pretty awesome, and we're going to see how that campsite looks. So I'll try to film along the way. Like I said, it's kind of windy though, so we're going to have to be a little careful when we get there. But anyways, let's go to Florida. Woo. So we've made it all the way to Florida to realize that it's just the same as Tennessee. It's just a bunch of farmland. Not really, but we're actually getting really close to Rainbow Springs. And if I just showed you this, you'd never think I was in the middle of Florida. Personally, I mean, I've never been in the middle of Florida, but I just did not picture it to look like this. It's just farmland as far as you can see. It's crazy, guys. And in the ride in here, we basically crossed from, where did we come from? The Florence area, through Gainesville, then Williston something, and now we're coming towards Rainbow Springs. But this is just awesome, guys. It's a nice, like, peaceful farmland. I mean, look at that. That is so crazy. I mean, it's almost like Like the place where we live in East Tennessee, this is pretty common. You just see a lot of just like cow fields, kind of, and just flat road. But the difference though in East Tennessee, you gotta, usually to the right or left of you is a huge mountain that's within like 20 minutes. That's the only difference here, is that I don't see a mountain anywhere around, which makes sense. I mean, we're like at sea level, but you know, pretty cool ride in here. I think I've killed probably at least 150 bugs from here to where we came from, wherever it was we came from. But this is awesome so far. I think we're 2 minutes out. We're half a mile away, guys. So I'm gonna see how the battery's holding up pretty good on the camera.
Turn right onto Southwest 94th Street.
So here we go, boys. Rainbow Springs State Park. If I don't drive off the road trying to come in here. It's been a day.
In a quarter mile, you will arrive at your destination.
Oh, okay. So I guess I call. I'll be right back and we'll see what happens here. Alright, so for future reference, if you're coming to Rainbow Springs, do an RV site, because well, they will not allow you to like primitively camp out in the grass with a vehicle that has a rooftop tent. So for future reference, you'll need to do a spot kind of like that. That's what we run into. We booked it without knowing. 13. So apparently we're 13, and the lady told us that was one of the nicest spots here.
It's right here.
And she said you may want to back in. It was her words. You may want to back in. So
No, let's pull in straight.
I'm gonna pull in straight though.
Because the tent folds out.
Because I'm a rebel and my tent folds out on the driver's side.
Yeah.
So let's give this a shot, boys. Oh, this is kind of cool. Ooh.
I feel like we're in Jamaica.
Ooh, I feel like I'm camping in the, Jamaica. Look at this. Ooh. Ooh.
Nice.
We may use some logs to level it, but I think we've made it. So I'm gonna assess the area. We'll get out here and see how level we are. Yeah, you definitely wouldn't want to try and use the rooftop tent where she was going to take us originally. So just future reference, if you come down here, be sure and do an RV hookup. I hated to do it. I was trying to get primitive, guys, but it just wasn't going to happen. So it's a little off camber here, as you guys can see. It's almost flat, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to maneuver it around, get this thing level, and then we'll start setting up. But sites are pretty nice. You know, you got a little place for a fire, picnic, ring, all the good usual stuff you get when you go to a commercial campground. So this will do though, boys. This will do just fine. So we're gonna tear down and set up camp. All right, guys. So we were all set up. Camp is ready. This actually made for a really good spot, despite the fact that it is kind of like for RV. Tried to get primitive, like I said, but sometimes you just can't make that happen. They have rules and regulations against taking a vehicle onto the grass and into the wooded areas here. So we didn't want to risk anything with that. So they upgraded us to this, which I'm fine with. I mean, we're on the very end, and it's really nice down here. You know, we brought our bikes, so we got an awesome place to ride, and it's really quiet. I mean, it's pretty awesome. But this campsite is, so far, it's been amazing. We're gonna go for a little ride here in a minute, and then probably start cooking up some dinner. We've been on the road for about 5 hours today, as you saw, and last night's video there, you know, last night we were in Santi, so today we're in Rainbow Springs. Now tomorrow we're gonna be in Miami, and then after that we're heading to the Key West for 2 days. So this truck will have conquered 2,400 miles when this is said and done, which is just crazy for a 20-year-old truck to go that far. I'm just hoping everything's okay. We'll see how it goes. But, you know, so far, it's been great. The temp pan got a little hot on me. We did see about 220, 230 earlier today, but that's not really a big deal. It cooled back down as soon as I started moving. I still have the original fan and a clutch on, so that's probably why it's a little bit inefficient, but it was about 90 degrees, stop and go traffic, and it got up to about 220. Nothing really alarming at all, but you know, I just noticed that I usually run around 180, 190 in the city in East Tennessee, and you know, it's kind of alarming to see 220 on there. It's not something that's typically that I see, but probably going to change that out, put some electric fans on it, try to hold that temperature a little bit better. That should take care of that problem. But you know, for 2 people to go camping, you know, these ZR2s, it's actually surprising me it does just fine. As when these doors are open, that's how we set our awning up. With the doors open, I can use this as a table, flip the lights on, use them as a table. Changing room, that's what this is. Basically, this is a changing annex. I'm gonna put a sheet all around this, like a shower curtain, and that shower curtain is gonna be a changing station. I may also do a mosquito net in here because I've noticed some of the places that we go to, mosquitoes are a serious problem. So probably gonna put that up. It goes around your awning, so I'm probably gonna invest in one of those. But everything so far has been great. The only problem that I can say is traveling this far is taking its toll on the old truck. As you can see, the bugs are just absolutely insane. My windshield is peppered. I mean, that's really bad. This poor truck never really gets all that like filthy dirty. Like even when I overland and I wheel it hard, I'm always trying to take care of it. I did just notice that's a pretty significant little ding right there. Ouch. But you know, these things happen when you take stuff off-road. But for a truck that gets taken off-road pretty regularly, this thing is in really good shape. I mean, other than just the little rock chip right here, just the 2 side by side, it's really the only thing that's wrong with it. But yeah, that's just kind of an overview of camp and my experience with taking this truck from East Tennessee to Florida. So anyways, guys, we're gonna go ahead and finish setting up, and I'll take you on a little walk around here in a minute. We're gonna check this place out. And I really wish my bike had a suspension, but you know, 1980 called and they wanted their bike back, so I'm on a Huffy. Oh God. All right, guys, so we just got back from a little ride. If you're down this way and you decide to come to Rainbow Springs, of course this is in Florida, you can look it up, it'll pretty much get you there. I can't remember the town that this is actually in or any of that stuff, but this is awesome. So there's all kinds of like biking trails if you're into that bike hike kind of thing. The trails are really wide and they're easily accessible, so I mean, like you can ride a bike down them. And apparently there's black bears here. I did not know that. I just found that out, so that's pretty cool. But basically we took out of here, went right, and followed 3 different bike tracks. And it was like probably a 2-mile bike total. Some of the stuff was flooded out from last night. They had a lot of rain here, so we picked a good time to come because the rains had just moved out. So if you're coming this way, bring a bike. You know, navigating this place is insane, and without some kind of a bicycle, you will not be happy because it is a huge campsite, campground, park area. Yeah, best way to get around though, definitely get yourself a bicycle and bring it down here. And that's one thing I haven't showed you guys that I changed on this truck just recently. I did add the bike rack. So this thing is pretty awesome. You can pull the pins, get 2 bikes on it, mounts in the hitch. It's really solid how this mounts up. You know, you see that bolt there. Look how solid this thing is. It does not move like at all. So 150 bucks on Amazon. Go check it out. If you're gonna take bikes with you somewhere, I mean, Swagman is the way to go. It's pretty awesome. Take it from me. I just drove from East Tennessee to Florida with 2 bikes on the back, a tent, and an awning on a truck that's really underpowered. So if it can make it there, you know, you shouldn't have any trouble. But this has been awesome so far. We're getting ready to do some cooking now. We got the chef over here. We're about to
Cheesy brats.
Cheesy brats. Last night was like steak, and tonight's cheesy brats. So that's what we've got. But anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a little tour of the park. Most of the stuff you're going to see is going to be on a video off my phone, unfortunately. I did not want to take the camera with me. I was a little bit afraid that you know, if I dropped it or something. Trying to hold this thing while biking is just really tough, but I made it work with the cell phone, kind of. Anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap this thing up here. I'll when I come back tomorrow, I'm gonna show you guys the springs. So yeah, You just gotta come down here. You gotta check this out.
I didn't know where I was going to keep my gear. I don't know how I was going to do it, but it looks pretty safe.
Yeah, so I heard about this
Kind of funny. I asked her, I said, "Oh, do you want to see the butterfly and zoo complex?" And she's like, "Meh."
Yeah, I'm good.
Meh.
I'm gonna go stare at the water.
You ready to go lift your Jeep more?
I mean, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah? Like maybe a set of 33s and a tent for hers?
Are you
Maybe.
paying for it?
No. Oh, you definitely, you got that all wrong. But what we're quickly discovering is my truck is a little small to do this, but it works. It's just not the best, but it works. There's stuff everywhere up here. Oh, this is where it falls. Where it actually, the top of the waterfall that you were seeing.
Yeah.
Yep, it's the top of that.
Look at all them dummy nose.
Yeah. Well, guys, this is it. Rainbow Springs. Really nice place. Awesome campsite last night. Probably the nicest campground we've ever been to. I mean, just like really well maintained. Awesome places to ride. Trails everywhere. You know, you can bike all the trails. Just awesome. Friendly staff. I mean, can't beat a place like that. And then you drive like, what, 6 miles away and you have this, which is just basically like unnatural spring with like limestone rock running over it, so it makes this clear water. And they've kind of roped off the area to swim in. It's only like $2 to get in, so this is pretty neat. But I mean, this place is awesome. And you can do kayaking. You see some people way over there. If I can zoom that far, yeah. You got a few people kayaking over there. So you get to see some alligators, a little bit of everything. I mean, so I heard somebody say they've seen some otters out here too. So if you're looking for somewhere different to go, and you're coming to Florida, you know, like the sign says, this is the real Florida, so it kind of is. I mean, this is crazy. You know, it's not just all beaches, guys. I mean, this is it's worth a trip. Definitely take the chance to come down here if you're gonna do it. But we're gonna go check out a waterfall now. I just wanted to kind of show you the springs. We are on our way to Miami, and just kind of on our way out here. And when you see us again, I have no idea what to expect in Miami. I have no clue where the hotel is at. I haven't even looked at the maps if it's downtown. I have no idea. She booked a thing. I said, surprise me. So I have no idea if we're going to be in downtown Miami, if we're near a beach. I don't know. But we're going to find out. Where is the hotel? Now that we're on camera and you can tell me.
Downtown.
Is it really downtown?
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be big city.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So we're about to switch it up on you guys. So we just went from glamping to big city. So I'll get some shots of Miami for you guys. You guys that are watching that are from Miami or Florida are probably gonna be really bored of this, but anybody that's not been there, you might find this interesting. So stick around. We're gonna see what Miami looks like, and then the whole point of the trip, sort of, Key West. So stay tuned. It's gonna get crazy. Here's one of the bridges, guys. It's nothing but past the cop. Okay, so there's a state patrol there, so I was like, I better know. Oh yeah. Anyway, this is the bridge. You can see the water is incredible all around us. My windows are a little dirty. I apologize, but we did just go, 20 hours from home, so this is really awesome. This is so cool. The speed limit's down through here, if you guys are wondering. They're like 50, 55, so I mean, you're not really, just don't get in a hurry. Like right now, I'm using cruise control to get around here. The old ZR2's got this crazy old school cruise control where it's drive by, it's not drive by wire, but you know, drive by cable, so it's kind of funny how that works. But anyways, look at this, guys. This is just, it's so awesome. I don't know which way to turn. I mean, it's like just cool to the left and the right, and it's quite an experience. So I'm sure there's a longer highway than that coming up, but what I have noticed, what's crazy is these just real little islands. I mean, you're on like a little strip of land, and it's just wide enough for like a highway and 2 sidewalks on each side. And it's just amazing that they have created a roadway to connect these things. You know, it's awesome. It almost makes me wonder what it looked like before anybody like inhabited it. I mean, it was probably Everglades, you know, this like really jungle, swamp looking place. It's evolved into some cool stuff, but the water is just amazing. This camera does not even do it justice. And this is a good camera, and it just does not do it justice for how crazy this place is. So we're gonna see if we hit some more of those cool bridges coming up. Should be a lot longer one, but that one was kind of cool. I figured I'd share. So we hit the 7 Mile Bridge here, or as they call it, the 7 Mile Bridge. We can finally go 55 now, but we're getting really close. We're less than an hour away. And there's the old bridge, guys. That was had a guy from work tell me about that one. I don't know if they're redoing it or dismantling it. They're doing something with it. I'm not really for sure, but you guys can see just how crazy this way out through here. Road's a little cut up, a little rough. I mean, not awful, but it's not the best. I wouldn't want to be on a motorcycle on this road. It's pretty rough. But we're heading that way. I just wanted to share the 7 Mile Bridge, because once you get to this point, it's, you can see we're just like way out here over the water now. Nothing around. So get a little closer to the Keys, we'll pick it back up. But that's just kind of cool to drive over the ocean and just see nothing but water. Another bridge. This one's pretty high up. The water is super clear. As you can see, we're just like kind of over water. I don't know, I'm not sure how deep the water is here, but it looks like there's some seriously like really shallow places way out there, but this is pretty awesome, guys. Driving on a bridge over the ocean. Huge bridge right now, way out here. I think we've got several more of these little bridges coming up. Of course, we've got 67 miles till we're there, so there's still a lot of ground to cover. About another hour and a half, we should be there. This is just too cool, though. Driving on a bridge over the ocean, that's just crazy. And if I recall, it's 90 miles to Havana when you get to the end. So, and that's where our hotel is. So the plan is to try to park the truck. There's like a sign at the end of this road that says road, 90 miles to Havana. I'd like to get a picture next to that sign.
Our hotel's called Havana Cabana.
Yeah.
Cuban Hotel.
Cuban Hotel. So, yeah, this is just absolutely gorgeous. Just crazy.